What if one small habit that takes just a few minutes after eating could help your body manage blood sugar more effectively? Most people focus on what's on their plate, but what happens after the meal may matter more than they realize. Have you ever finished what seemed like a perfectly normal meal, only to feel sleepy, sluggish, or strangely hungry again not long afterward? Many people assume that's just part of getting older, but what if your body is trying to tell you something important? Here's the surprising part. It's not only what you eat that affects your blood sugar. What you do during the next few minutes may also play a meaningful role. Research suggests that after even an ordinary breakfast, lunch, or dinner, blood sugar can rise more than many people realize, and for some adults over 50, those spikes happen quietly, without any obvious warning signs. You might not feel anything unusual at all, or perhaps you notice a little fatigue, trouble concentrating, or a craving for something sweet. These subtle changes are easy to ignore because they don't seem serious in the moment. Yet over time, repeated blood sugar spikes may place extra stress on your body. The encouraging news is that many doctors recommend one simple habit after meals that may help your body manage blood sugar more effectively. It doesn't require expensive equipment or hours of exercise, and almost anyone can learn it. But before we talk about that simple habit, let's understand why your body reacts this way after every meal. Every time you eat, your body begins an amazing process that most of us never think about. Whether it's a bowl of oatmeal, a sandwich, or a plate of rice and vegetables, your digestive system gets to work breaking that food down into smaller pieces. One of the most important of those pieces is glucose, a simple type of sugar that serves as your body's main source of energy. Think of glucose as the fuel that keeps your body running, much like gasoline powers a car. Your brain, muscles, and many of your organs depend on it to do their jobs. But just as a car needs the right amount of fuel at the right time, your body works best when glucose stays within a healthy range. That's where insulin comes in. Insulin is a hormone made by the pancreas, and you can think of it as a key. After glucose enters your bloodstream, insulin unlocks the doors of your body's cells, allowing that glucose to move inside where it can be used for energy instead of remaining in the blood. As we grow older, however, this process may not work as smoothly as it once did. The body's cells can become less responsive to insulin, meaning the key doesn't open the door as easily. The pancreas may also have to work harder to keep blood sugar under control. As a result, glucose can remain in the bloodstream longer, leading to higher spikes after meals. An occasional rise in blood sugar is completely normal. It's how the body is designed to respond after eating. The concern is when those spikes become larger or happen day after day. Over time, research suggests that repeated high blood sugar may place extra strain on blood vessels, nerves, and other important organs, especially in people with prediabetes or diabetes. The good news is that understanding this process gives you the power to make simple choices that may support healthier blood sugar levels. And that brings us to an important question. Why do some people experience much larger spikes than others? One of the biggest challenges with blood sugar spikes is that they often happen quietly. Unlike a broken bone or a severe headache, they don't always announce themselves with clear warning signs. That's why many people go years without realizing their blood sugar is rising higher than it should after meals. Sometimes the clues are so subtle that they're easy to dismiss. You finish lunch and suddenly feel like taking a nap. You struggle to concentrate on a conversation or forget what you were about to do. Maybe you feel hungry again just an hour after eating, even though your meal seemed filling. These experiences don't automatically mean your blood sugar is the problem, but they can be signs worth paying attention to, especially if they happen regularly. Think of it like driving a car with a warning light that flickers on only once in a while. It's easy to ignore because the car still runs. But if the underlying issue isn't addressed, it may eventually become a much bigger problem. Your body works in a similar way. Small changes today can add up over months and years. Research suggests that repeated blood sugar spikes may contribute to wear and tear on blood vessels and increase the risk of health problems over time. That's one reason many healthcare professionals encourage people to focus on prevention rather than waiting until blood sugar becomes consistently high or symptoms become obvious. The encouraging news is that you don't have to make dramatic changes overnight. Small, consistent habits often have the greatest impact because they're easier to maintain. By understanding what's happening inside your body, you can take simple steps that support your long-term health before bigger problems develop. And one of those steps is surprisingly simple. Fortunately, this is where one surprisingly simple habit can make a difference. So, what is the simple habit that doctors and health experts often recommend? For many people, it's as simple as taking a gentle walk after eating. That may sound almost too easy, but there's a good reason behind this advice. When you start walking, even at a comfortable pace, your muscles need energy to keep moving. One of their favorite sources of that energy is glucose, the same sugar that has just entered your bloodstream after your meal. Think of your muscles as helpful sponges. As they work, they naturally soak up some of the glucose circulating in your blood. This means less glucose remains in the bloodstream, which may help reduce the size of the blood sugar spike after eating. Research suggests that even light activity after meals can support healthier blood sugar levels, especially when practiced consistently. The best part is that you don't need to power walk, jog, or spend an hour at the gym. This isn't about pushing yourself until you're out of breath. In fact, for many older adults, a relaxed, comfortable walk is exactly what's recommended. You should still be able to carry on a conversation while walking. Even a short walk can be worthwhile. Many experts suggest aiming for about 10 to 15 minutes after a meal, although any gentle movement is often better than sitting down right away. If walking outdoors isn't possible, simply walking around your home, climbing a few stairs if it's safe for you, or moving around while doing light household tasks may also help keep your body active. Of course, everyone's health is different. If you have balance problems, heart disease, joint pain, or another medical condition, it's always wise to talk with your healthcare provider before starting a new exercise routine. The important message isn't perfection, it's consistency. Making gentle movement a regular part of your day may support not only healthier blood sugar, but also better digestion, circulation, and overall well-being. But many people accidentally cancel out these benefits without realizing it. Sometimes it's not the meal itself that causes the biggest problem, it's the habits that follow. Many of these behaviors seem harmless, yet they can make it harder for your body to manage blood sugar effectively. One of the most common mistakes is sitting or lying down immediately after eating. Whether it's watching television, scrolling through your phone, or taking a long nap, staying completely still means your muscles aren't using much of the glucose that has just entered your bloodstream. A little movement can often make a meaningful difference. Another habit is eating portions that are much larger than your body needs. Even healthy foods can lead to a bigger rise in blood sugar when eaten in excessive amounts. Paying attention to portion sizes can be just as important as choosing nutritious foods. Sugary drinks are another hidden source of trouble. Soft drinks, sweet tea, energy drinks, and even some fruit-flavored beverages can deliver a large amount of sugar very quickly. Because liquids are absorbed faster than many solid foods, they may cause blood sugar to rise more rapidly. Skipping fiber is another mistake people often overlook. Foods rich in fiber, such as vegetables, beans, whole grains, and many fruits, help slow digestion. This allows glucose to enter the bloodstream more gradually, instead of all at once. Finally, eating large, heavy meals late at night may also make blood sugar management more difficult. As the day winds down, many people become less active, giving the body fewer opportunities to use the extra glucose efficiently. A lighter evening meal, when appropriate, may be a better choice. The good news is that none of these habits are impossible to change. Small adjustments made consistently can have a lasting impact on your health. So what should an ideal after-meal routine actually look like? The good news is that supporting healthy blood sugar doesn't have to mean completely changing your lifestyle. In many cases, it's the small, repeatable habits that make the biggest difference over time. The goal isn't perfection. It's creating a routine that's simple enough to stick with day after day. Start by enjoying your meal without rushing. Eating at a comfortable pace gives your body time to recognize when you're satisfied, which may help prevent overeating. Once you've finished, give yourself a few minutes if you need to feel comfortable, especially after a larger meal. There's no need to jump into activity immediately. Next, try taking a gentle walk. This doesn't have to be fast or strenuous. A relaxed pace around your neighborhood, through your garden, or even around your home can be enough to encourage your muscles to use some of the glucose from your meal. If walking isn't possible, light movement such as easy stretching or simple household tasks may also be beneficial, depending on your abilities and your healthcare provider's advice. Don't forget to stay hydrated. Drinking water throughout the day supports many normal body functions and is a healthier choice than sugary beverages with meals. While water isn't a cure for high blood sugar, choosing it regularly is one more positive habit that supports overall health. Remember, the goal is comfortable movement, not exhaustion. If you're breathing so hard that you can't carry on a conversation, you're probably doing more than you need for this purpose. Gentle, steady activity is often enough. Most importantly, be consistent. A short walk after most meals is likely to be more helpful than an intense workout that only happens once in a while. Healthy routines are built one day at a time, and those small efforts can add up in meaningful ways over the months and years ahead. You've probably heard advice that sounds convincing, but not all of it is true. When it comes to blood sugar, there's no shortage of advice online. Unfortunately, not all of it is accurate. Let's clear up a few common myths that may be doing more harm than good. The first myth is that only people with diabetes need to worry about blood sugar. The fact is, healthy blood sugar matters for everyone. As we age, our bodies naturally change, and paying attention to blood sugar may help support long-term health, even if you've never been diagnosed with diabetes. Another common belief is that you need intense exercise after every meal. In reality, research suggests that light to moderate activity can be effective for many people. A comfortable walk is often enough to encourage your muscles to use glucose more efficiently. You don't have to push yourself to see potential benefits. Here's another myth. Fruit should always be avoided because it contains sugar. The truth is that whole fruits also provide fiber, vitamins, and other nutrients that support overall health. For most people, enjoying fruit in appropriate portions as part of a balanced diet is very different from drinking sugary beverages or eating heavily processed sweets. If you have diabetes or another medical condition, your healthcare provider can help you choose what's best for you. Finally, some people believe that taking medication means healthy habits no longer matter. Medication can be an important part of treatment, but it works best alongside nutritious eating, regular physical activity, quality sleep, and following your healthcare provider's recommendations. Understanding the facts helps you make informed choices instead of relying on common misconceptions. Now let's talk about who should pay especially close attention. At this point, you may be wondering, does this really apply to me? The answer is that healthy blood sugar is important for everyone, but some people have a higher chance of experiencing larger blood sugar spikes and should pay closer attention. Adults over the age of 50 are one of those groups. As we get older, our bodies naturally become less efficient at using insulin, and staying active often becomes more challenging. These normal changes can make it harder to keep blood sugar within a healthy range. If you've been told you have prediabetes, this information is especially important. Prediabetes means your blood sugar is higher than normal, but not yet high enough to be considered diabetes. The encouraging news is that healthy lifestyle changes may help slow or even prevent progression to type 2 diabetes for many people. People living with type 2 diabetes should also pay attention to after-meal habits. Gentle movement, balanced meals, and following a treatment plan recommended by a healthcare provider can all work together to support better blood sugar management. You may also have a higher risk if diabetes runs in your family, if you carry excess body weight, or if you spend most of your day sitting with very little physical activity. These factors don't guarantee you'll develop diabetes, but they do make healthy daily habits even more valuable. Regular medical checkups are just as important as lifestyle choices. Simple blood tests and routine conversations with your healthcare provider can help detect changes early, often before serious problems develop. The good news is that you don't need to transform your life overnight. Small, daily habits often add up over time. While taking a gentle walk after meals is a great place to start, it's only one piece of the bigger picture. The choices you make throughout the day work together, and even small improvements can have a positive effect on your overall health. One of the best places to begin is with balanced meals. Instead of filling your plate with mostly refined carbohydrates, try including a mix of vegetables, lean protein, healthy fats, and high-fiber foods. This combination helps your body digest food more gradually and may reduce sharp rises in blood sugar after eating. Vegetables deserve special attention because they're packed with nutrients and fiber while being naturally low in calories. Protein from foods like fish, chicken, eggs, beans, or yogurt can also help you feel satisfied for longer, making it easier to avoid unnecessary snacking. Sleep is another factor many people overlook. Poor sleep can affect the hormones that help regulate blood sugar and appetite, making healthy choices more difficult the next day. Aim for a regular sleep schedule whenever possible. Managing stress is equally important. When you're under constant stress, your body releases hormones that can make blood sugar harder to control. Simple activities like deep breathing, spending time outdoors, enjoying a hobby, or talking with friends and family may help you feel more relaxed. Regular movement throughout the day also matters. You don't have to spend hours exercising. Short walks, gardening, light stretching, or household chores all help reduce long periods of sitting. Most importantly, continue following the advice of your healthcare provider. Healthy habits and medical care work best together, giving you the greatest opportunity to protect your health for years to come. Let's bring everything together into a simple plan you can remember.